If you start singing, I'm gonna throw up.
So, not seeing an entrance.
Yes, because it only appears after a human sacrifice.
A pain and suffering has turned to anger for some residents tonight after national news reports saying FEMA workers have turned the tragedy into a vacation.
Inside the Obama's Martha's Vineyard home, where Barack is hosting his 60th birthday bash. Now, if you remember, I remember he had a birthday bash on his where nobody wore masks, while the same establishment was demonizing and vilifying and calling anybody a white supremacist who questioned masks or questioned any of the COVID narrative. And then here he was having this huge party without masks. You remember that? I remember that. He's distinguished himself as the enemy of labor and a friend of racist cops. NBA players began to go on strike last August after, remember this? We talked about this. So the two times Barack Obama came back into public life, the first time was to crush a strike.
Confidence.
There are a bunch of people out here. They've been here for hours. A bunch of them are protesting. They have their makeshift signs, cardboard signs, a lot of them saying, as we've been talking about, that he's too late. Some of them feel that he should have been here much earlier. Other signs that say actions speak louder than words. So hearing a lot from the people here, as well as Hawaiian flags.
That stinks, but it's a great town.
I don't think anybody can deny the impact of climate change anymore. There used to be a lot of time when I first got here, a lot of people said, oh, it's not a problem. Well, I don't know anybody, I shouldn't say that. I don't know anybody who honestly believes climate change is not a serious problem.
That bite.
1,000 are unaccounted for, about 1,050. It will take several weeks still. Some of the challenges are going to be extraordinary. As you reported, 85% of the land of the impact zone has been covered now by what amounts to an army of search and rescue teams and 41 dogs. So at 85% of the land's been covered. Now we go into the larger buildings, which require peeling back some of the floors and structures. That last 15% could take weeks. We do have extreme concerns that because of the temperature of the fire, the remains of those who have died, in some cases, may be impossible to recover meaningfully. So there are going to be people that are lost forever.
We have a little sense, Jill and I.
The reason Iran-Contra happened is because no one did anything substantial about Watergate. And the reason Watergate happened is because there were no consequences from the Bay of Pigs. They're all the same operatives, didn't you notice? The foot soldiers in the Bay of Pigs, the plumbers that got busted at Watergate, the gun runners in Iran-Contra, all the same people, same faces. Now, it doesn't take a genius to figure out the connection here. A secret government beyond the control of the people and accountable to no one. And the closer we are to discovering the connection, the more the Congress turns a blind eye to it. We can't talk about that in open session, they say. National security reasons. The truth lies dormant in their laps, and they stay blind out of choice. A conspiracy of silence.
My mother was born in Kansas. My father was born in Kenya. And I was born, of course, in Hawaii.
Here is where the problem was. Frankie Biden of the Biden crime family comes up to me and he goes, give her the house or you're going to have serious problems. I looked at Frankie and I said, are you threatening me? And needless to say, about 2 months later, my brother and I were indicted for that tax charge for $8,200. I can't let them do this to a president that I love and respect. I can't let them do this to our country.
Just a week before Christmas 1972, the wife of newly elected Senator Joe Biden and their baby daughter were killed, and their 2 sons badly injured when the Biden family car was broadsided by a truck at this intersection in Delaware.
And we all know. I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming.
All of us have made mistakes. All of us have certain talents. And all I ask is you look me over and check me out. If you like what you see, help out. If not, hopefully then we get some good candidates.
Thanks for taking the time.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Everyone's favorite war hero, Captain America.
All of them are war criminals who faithfully served the capitalist class when in power.
America's favorite.
How is their God of peace?
Make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat.
But I'm really so pleased to have so many people, supporting, and people are just bringing what they can and doing what they can.
The Pacific is fighting back, and rightly so, because we are at the front lines of climate change.
So I went around back to Front Street, and all the cars were lined up, but none of them were moving. And I walked all the way from Safeway to the Chart House. Not one car had moved. And I was wondering what was stopping the traffic.
They believe that an angry fire god in the volcano will sink the island, unless once every 100 years he is appeased.
Yeah, so what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't.
Given everything that's happening around the globe, the uncertainty, all of the challenges that we are collectively facing, there is much opportunity, an opportunity to see that we have more in common than we do not. An opportunity to see that there's more that connects us than does not connect us.
More than 1,000 FEMA workers are on Maui, and more than 2,000 evacuees are also staying in hotels and other housing.
FEMA personnel are not taking away hotel rooms from any survivors at all. We will move out and live in tents. And believe me, we do that so that the available hotels are used for survivors and their families.
This then is an opening frame that we put around the self-portrait of one of the most controversial figures in today's gallery of American radicals. On this KPIX report, Saul Alinksy will share with you his searching, personal assessment of himself, as he did with us in this exclusive half-hour titled, I'd Organize Hell. My name is Jack Bunzel. We'll journey to Carmel, California to meet Saul Alinksy in just a few moments.
There is no nice way of getting things changed. And it's time that a very good part of our country began to wake up and live in the world as it is, rather than the world as we would like it to be.
No idea if any of them are children, correct? We have no idea. We have no idea.
That's independent journalist Nick Sorter. His social media says he flew in from Louisville 2 days ago.
And you count the bodies. You know how many of them are children. How many children are dead? The good news. How many children are dead, man?
We're watching our disaster relief fund very closely. Our estimates do still stay that we may have a depletion of our fund now. I mean, this is a day-by-day monitoring of the situation. We will start to move some of our recovery projects and delay them until the next fiscal year.
And ask Governor Schwarzenegger what he thinks about FEMA's performance.
No, screw your freedom.
And so I just kept walking. Well, maybe he knows something I don't, you know. So, and I keep walking down the highway. And I looked behind, no cars are coming out. I walked all the way to Waikuli Beach, still no cars coming out. And I started hearing boom, boom, boom. And then I heard people screaming and stuff.
It was cars in the street, doors open, melted to the ground.
I remain laser focused on recovering and rebuilding efforts in Maui. We were out there, and many of you were there as well. It's devastating what happened.
People here. Maybe it's different for you because you just got here, huh? So it's not the same. It's not the same.
No comment?
You have to look up on photos.
No comment right now, guys.
No comment?
Yeah.
Talking to the chief, sir. Yeah.
I understand.
Why doesn't he want to speak to the people?
Yeah.
Only to a camera.
You can hear singing there.
No, we called up. We've been looking for him. I thought we were going to do Top Story Tuesdays all over the island. Haven't seen him. Been looking for him for a couple of years. What happened? Can you explain Kono to me again, sir, and Aloha? I'd love to hear it from you. Why are you shaking your head? Why are you shaking your head, sir? You don't want to answer, huh? Okay.
We'll talk to you another time, guys.
Yeah, he won't talk to us another time. That's the thing. It's a very cowardly move. It's shocking.
Meanwhile, the Indo-Pacific is really in the national and global spotlight today. It makes up 50% of the globe, with over 50% of the population. The largest nation, China, the largest democracy, India.
Look at Obama's grandmother, who was the Hawaiian type, who was the bank VP. Well, in declassified documents, it just happens to be that she was in charge of dispensing CIA funds in the Southwest Pacific, which included Indonesia.
The tragedy right now is the loss of life. The buildings can be rebuilt over time. Even the banyan tree may survive. But
West Center started working on the Pacific Islands long before any institution worked on Pacific Islands.
And indeed, the whispers around the idea that Barack Obama is basically running the show grew even louder when this happened last year. Barack Obama showed up at the White House. Everyone fawned over him. And the president, the actual de jure president, if not the de facto one, well, he looked lost.